What's good? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, it's good. If you've been here, it's good. I'm glad you're here. Glad you made it. Today, I want to talk a little bit about frequency. I want to talk about how understanding what frequency is and understanding how to like shift your focus on frequency instead of like all like the external shit we think we want, like money, like a partnership, friends, uh, a new crib, a new car, whatever you think you want. All of that shit is cool though. I'm not gonna put that shit. I'm not gonna act like that's not cool. But like learning how to focus on frequency, and once you can understand frequency and understand that frequency is for real, the only thing that matters, that your entire life will change, and that will put you in like a creator mode, and it will make you OP, and it will really fucking change your life. Like literally change your life. Like I don't know how else to say it. Like it's gonna change your life. Like it changed mine, and this is the biggest lesson I learned. And it's a lesson I'm still constantly learning and in the process of learning. And yeah, let's get into it. First, I want to break down what frequency is. Um, so when you when you do a little bit of research on like manifestation and like quantum physics and like metaphysics and like spirituality through people like Neural Knowledge or people like Karina Alexandria. If you know ball, you know ball. But they will tell you that basically frequency is your rate of vibration. And to like kind of bring it down to earth and make it a little bit easier to understand, or just giving my own spin on what that means to me, is like rate of vibration just means the vibe that you're frequently in, the vibe that you're mostly in. You feel what I'm saying? That's what frequency is. And like to even get a little bit deeper on frequency, like frequency is your sense of identity. It's your belief, what you believe about yourself, what you believe about the world, your perspectives, your attitude. Your attitude's a big one. It's your attitude, your optimism, um, but yeah, your well-being, your behaviors, how you act in the world, how you carry yourself. All of this is frequency, but most important out of all the ones I said is identity, because everything wraps around identity, and like your sense of identity and how you see yourself is all like your beliefs, your well-being, your perspective, all of that shit all revolves around identity. So frequency is just identity, but it is those other things I said, but bring spinning it back again, just to make the point a little bit more clear. Now that I kind of explained like the belief part of it and like the well-being and all the other things that go into it, I just wanted to wrap back around and get to the point of like that frequency is the vibe that you're frequently in. It's in the word. Listen to the word frequency. The vibe that you're frequently in. Frequency. That's how I see it. So it's like if the vibe you're in most days is you have a bad mood, you're mad at your life, you think your life sucks, and you're just like you have a bad attitude towards life, and you have bad beliefs, you have bad perspectives, bad expectations, and it's just like a bad vibe basically. Your experience is gonna reflect that. You're gonna have a shitty job. You're gonna have a bad friends. You're not gonna love yourself. It's gonna be some bullshit. You feel me? Because your mindset is bullshit, and it's like that's all manifestation is saying. It's not some like woo woo. I think things into existence type shit. It's basically just saying that whatever you experience within you and within your mind and your internal state is going to be experienced outside of you as well. They go hand in hand. There is no separation. They are the same thing. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that connects, and I hope that landed in a way that could be digestible and in a way that made sense, because it took me a minute to get this. And I'm just giving my perspective on it. I'm not telling you anything new. If you do want to understand that better, go watch Neural Knowledge. He's the GOAT. You feel me? But like, I'm my goal with this channel is just to get on here and share the things that help me. And this is something that really helped me. So if I'm not sharing this, then I'm not doing the purpose of this channel the way that I set out to do it. You feel what I'm saying? But now that I kind of got frequency out the way, I did want to like share a little bit about myself and how I really shifted my life. Like from before I knew what this was and after I knew what this was. So about a year ago, I was in the worst like era of my life. I was like so down bad. I was like working a job I hated. I was living with roommates I couldn't stand, and the hate was mutual. We hated each other. It was bad vibes all around, and like I was so depressed. And I would blame all my depression and all my like negative energy and emotions on what was happening outside of me, and like me blaming all of this stuff on what was happening outside of me was making me feel bad, and I was letting my emotions make me feel like shit, and just creating more emotions that even manifested this stuff in the first place, if that makes sense. If not, then just bear with me. um, but basically I ended up stumbling across a video by Neural Knowledge, which I shouted out already, explaining what frequency is, and then like I went on a rabbit hole watching his videos. And um, I went on the rabbit hole watching his videos, and then I learned what frequency was, and it helped me see my circumstances in a different way and force myself to be grateful, force myself to be optimistic, force myself to believe in myself, and like started being happy and optimistic despite the bullshit that I was going through. Like I was going through some bullshit, and I still was like forcing myself to be more happy. So then, what's it called? I just started like feeling myself more, because I was like realizing like what I'm going through doesn't define me. Like you gotta be and feel like a millionaire before the world shows it and proves it to you. Before your circumstances prove it to you. So I started moving with that kind of mentality. I ended up moving from Denver to Chicago, and I ended up being home. I was ended up homeless in Chicago because I didn't save my money right. But I still had this mindset. You feel me? I was like, I'm a millionaire. What I'm going through doesn't define me. And I was homeless in Chicago, going through like young adult youth shelters and like communities, and like I ended up I ended up like not doing that bad. Like I was homeless, but like I was like super fucking happy. This was like summer of 2025. I was super happy. I was forcing myself to be grateful. I was forcing myself to like not let what I'm going through define me. And I was here on YouTube trying to post every day. I was going to the gym, and I was really doing good, and I was really like locking in despite what I was going through. And on paper, what I was going through was some bullshit, but I was forcing myself to be grateful. And I actually started to fucking see results, bruh. When I was in Chicago, bruh, I went from going there, and when I got there, I was homeless, and I didn't have like that much direction. But by the time like, cause I ended up moving to New York, but by the time before I left Chicago, I ended up manifesting a cafe job, a cafe job in downtown Chicago. I ended up manifesting like this like a basically an apartment. It did have like it was like a government subsidized apartment, but I still had a roof over my head, and I had my own crib, and I was working a job, and I was also doing temp work as well. And this isn't like a big like super crazy dream life shit, but I still ended up manifesting these things, and this stuff came to me relatively easy. Like the job interview was so smooth. The fucking transition from going from these shelters into this apartment was so smooth, and like it was really fucking cool, and it was really like what I was going through on paper was some bullshit, but like I was focusing on frequency. I was focusing on my well-being, on my sense of identity, and like feeling rich and feeling these emotions before the world proved it to me. And I actually started to see results. You feel what I'm saying? And then I got the inspiration to move to New York, where right now is like I'm not in the best situation right now per se in New York, because New York is like a lot of like it's a lot different. It's a different landscape for sure. You feel me? It's New York. A lot of the things you hear about New York are true in terms of money and like the economy in New York. But like I'm doing like temp jobs, and I have money coming in, and like I'm taking care of myself, and I'm doing really well. But I'm in the process of like still manifesting my dream life and focusing on my frequency. You feel what I'm saying? And I know people are gonna get on here and they tell you not to um, take advice from people that aren't in the position you want to be in, and I completely agree to an extent. But like I'm gonna get on here and talk my shit regardless. I'm not perfect. I'm in the process. So you could watch me go from where I'm at now to where I'm going to be soon. You feel what I'm saying? I'm already there on the inside. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a little bit about how I went from being extremely fucking depressed, down bad, not feeling my life, to being extremely happy and like manifesting apartments and manifesting jobs and like really changing my life. um, but like I feel like we get so caught up chasing like external validation and external means to success that we get so caught up on focusing on all of this shit when the truth of the matter is that these things are only like we focus on like obtaining a partner, obtaining money, obtaining a job, a house, a house, a car, whatever the fuck it may be. We focus on obtaining all of this shit, but the fact of the matter is, all of this shit is just it came from frequency. It started as a thought, and there is genuine action and like not hard work, but meaningful, focused work that is required to get all of this stuff. But I feel like frequency is where all of this stuff happens. Frequency, consciousness, and all of this is where all of this stuff happens first, and then it becomes something physical and it becomes something real. And frequency is the most powerful substance in the universe. Frequency is more valuable than money. Frequency is more valuable than all of this shit. And all of the stuff that we think we want is cool, but you could get the emotions and you could get this stuff through frequency before this stuff becomes a real thing. So why in the fuck, knowing all of this, would we be chasing frequency? Not frequency. Why, knowing all of this, would we be chasing the external shit? We should be chasing a higher frequency, a new self, and like chasing frequency instead of this. The biggest blessing you will ever receive in your entire life is a better version of you. It's not money, it's not a partner, it's not a crib, it's not any of the shit I've been saying. All of that stuff is cool, but all of that stuff is just a reflection of your internal state. The real blessing is the mindset that was built. It's like the real blessing was the mindset that created that stuff in the first place. Feel what I'm saying? The mindset and who you were on the inside is what brought that stuff in. So that's the real fucking blessing. All of that stuff is chasing that mindset. All of that stuff is a result of that mindset. So why would we focus on all the external bullshit when we could focus on the things that create that, which is the mindset? Everything starts off as like something spiritual, or not even spiritual, but just like, yeah, spiritual, but just spiritual in the sense of not physical, not some like woo woo like weird, like, you know what I mean, like head in your clouds bullshit. No, you do gotta bring this shit down to earth. Like right now, like my lifestyle, bro, it doesn't, like my lifestyle is very practical, and the way I see things is very practical. I do show up and I work every single day. I work on my music every single day. I work on my art every single day. I'm trying to get to the point where I'm doing YouTube as consistently as possible in a way that's real. And you do have to have real consistent work, and you do have to have like big dreams, but with a just as strong work ethic and just as strong of a plan. But at the same time, you do gotta focus on frequency. That's the only fucking thing that matters. Your well-being, your sense of identity, what you believe and think about yourself in the world. That's the only thing that fucking matters. You feel what I'm saying? But that's all I want to say about this. I am just here sharing my thoughts. I am not telling anybody how to live their life. As you can see, I'm not perfect through what I say in my stories, and I might not be the person you want to listen to. But this video is me sharing what helped me throughout my life, and me sharing a little piece of my soul and a little piece of my life and my mind. I hope this video helps people, or is just insightful in some type of way, offers a new perspective. You know what I mean? I can't wait till I could have more results to show people that what I'm saying is legit. I believe and trust what I'm saying, but like I would get and completely understand if people discard what I'm saying at the same time. But I don't know. Yeah, my name's Aaron. If you stayed for this long ass video in our attention span cooked ass world, I very much appreciate your time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.